Gonzalo Ballestero, and my partners in my group is Cinthia Wertheimer and Manuel Londero. We are going to talk about green buildings, some aspect, some general aspect about them. Okay. The world is not the same as it 100 years ago. The human species is the only one which has increased, but it hasn't been the same with animals and vegetable species. In modern times, more than 700 species of animals and 100 species of plants are danger of extinction, and human beings should be considered partly responsible. The objective of this paper is to highlight the most important the most important problems of the present because of city construction, or how social growth and cities expansion have a direct impact on the elimination of habitats. Also, it proposes particular solution for these problems, focusing on green buildings, and in order to increase the possibilities of providing current global urbanization. To have a sustainable future, humans need to be aware of the problems, and engineers and scientists must provide a sustainable solution. Okay. In the following section, some solutions are proposed to make a sustainable and sustainable propose future housing on medium and small sites, green building possible. In following paragraph, firstly, the green buildings are a definition are defined followed by a description of the main problems which have a direct impact on the natural ecosystem. A clean or scientific synthesized description of these issues, their causes and their consequences will be introduced. Okay.
Green buildings are the key to establishing this current reality so as to remedy this complicated situation. A green building is every construction that, in its design, construction process, and operation, reduces or eliminates the negative impacts and create positive impacts on poor climate and natural environment. They preserve the precious natural resources and improve the quality of life. There are a number of features that can be that define a building as green. They are efficient use of energy, water, and other resources, use of renewable energy like solar energy, use of materials that are non-toxic, ethical, and sustainable, good indoor air quality, pollution and waste reduction measures, and the enabling of reuse and recycling, and recycled materials. Consideration to the environment in the design, construction process, and operation. Every building can be a green building, whether it is a house, a school, an office, a community center. Every construction that present one or some features that I mentioned. However, it is worth nothing that every green building are or need to be the same. Different countries and regions have a variety of characteristics, such as different quality of different climate conditions, unique cultures and traditions, and different building types for wide-ranging environmental, economic, and social priorities, all of which shape their approach to green building.
Okay, as Gonzalo said, urbanization, which is caused by the growth of human population, generates the greatest impact on natural ecosystems, and it's almost impossible to control. There are many issues derived from the urbanization that have severely damaged the natural ecosystems along the years, and they are becoming more serious. In this paper, we focus in three main problems caused by the urbanizations, which are climate change, waste of water, and energy waste. Okay. In the first place, a serious problem is climate change, which is a modification in the pattern of the weather, producing the melting of the ice sheets, the ocean ice sheets. Although it has some natural causes, the human influences, such as changes in the composition of the atmosphere or the land use, also have a major impact. So these changes due to the urbanization are mainly produced by the concrete superabundance, the green spaces elimination, and the natural resources over exploitation. And the results, as said before, are extreme weather conditions in different points of the world, making many species of animals and plants disappear, along with the loss of potable water. Okay.
Another problem is the lack of water even in areas that used to enjoy food reservoirs. The water scarcity issues is order pressure owing to increasing the demand from growing urbanization, deteriorating water quality, and declining availability. If the people and companies continues moving into the city, the water crisis is going to accelerate and worsen. Okay.
The last problem addresses is the waste of energy, which is directly related to the liberation of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. The causes are the lack of efficient controls in terms of energy spending, the lack of awareness of its use, and the big influence that fossil fuels in relation to the production. Or in other words, the little use of renewable energies. Energy efficiency is a topical that is a very debated issue in current societies. The building sector plays an important role as it accounts for significant percentages of natural energy consumptions, like 25% for Japan, 28% for China, 27% for USA, 29% for the UK, 42% for Brazil, among others. Buildings are big consumers, energy consumers, and reducing their energy consumption is essential to sustainable development.
Okay, so we mentioned the three main problems that generate a direct impact on the natural ecosystems. So now the elimination of green spaces is generated by the increased number of constructions and human activities. So the construction of green buildings can greatly improve the situation, or it can greatly reduce many negative aspects. So now we are going to present some solutions to the problems mentioned related with green buildings. Green buildings contemplate many factors, as Cinthia said, and they will be described in particular in the next sections. Okay, in order to address the problem of climate change, green roofs and green walls are a feasible and a sustainable solution. Buildings are essential to provide shelter to the best to humans, and the best solution that could be achieved is to provide the buildings with green spaces and vegetation. Therefore, two technologies will be presented, as we said, green roofs and green walls. A green roof is minimally composed of a high-quality waterproofing, drainage system, a root repellent system, a filter cloth, and a lightweight growing medium, and of course the plants. There are systems that have they have four main benefits, which can be classified into temperature reduction, energy conservation, environmental friendliness, and carbon sequestration. Okay. In relation to the reduction of temperature and energy conservation, the green roofs are capable to reduce the energy consumption through its high thermal insulation. And they also can considerably reduce the warming of cities caused by the concrete superabundance. Okay, green roofs also can incorporate a variety of plants and invertebrates, and they provide an habitat for various bird species. And the result is an additional benefit that is the ability to sequester carbon dioxide. Okay. Okay, in order to complement green roofs, there are the green walls that have been installed in the society in the last years. They are vertical structures that have different types of plants or other greenery attached to them. There are three types of green walls that can be mentioned. They are the green facades that you can see at the screen, the living walls, and the retaining living walls. The benefits are the same mentioned for the green roofs, and the use of the green walls allows the of the green surface, so the benefits will be multiplied. Okay.
The water efficiency by means of different technologies within cities, public and private buildings and construction commonly generate excessive use or misuse of water and great water of it, which is increasing. For this reason, it is very important to take measure that him to reduce or reuse water. This objective can be achieved by for means of new water conservation and recycling technologies in homes and even more so in public place. An average of 68% of drinking water is used for washing and flushing toilets. Okay. In recent time, leading companies and in leading companies in the manufacture bathroom accessories have great ideas to reduce and reuse the water uses per flush, such as closed circuit toilet. This toilet filter the water and generate reusable water that is used and the next flushes. Other types of technology are smart toilet that regulate the amount of water they expel. They reduce the control the amount of water per use. other technology is rainwater collection. The rainwater is collected by the gutters and is carried through pipes to a tank or cistern. It can be directly used for irrigation in the flushing of the toilet, or it can be taken to treatment system that filter it and turn it into water for homes use. In many places, rainwater harvesting is used as in main water supplies, in house, or even the only water supply. Water perfectly and being efficient. The benefit of applying this measure not only contemplate the environment, but also decrease in the expense produced by water bills. Okay.
Finally, the most important factor to improve in green buildings is the energy efficiency, which is addresses to the waste of water problem. It is the most important factor because it's the highest consumption, and it is essential to people's lives and business development. So it is necessary to reduce the use of it and use it in the least polluting way as is possible. In buildings, there are two energy terminologies. Incorporated energy, which is the energy needed to extract, transport, and manufacture a product until its process is completed and it can be used. And operating that is the energy consumed by a building in its operation during its successful life. Relating to operating energy, there are some aspects that can be considered from the beginning of the project before of the construction, like the seating of the building, if it possible to choose it, green roof and green walls, like my partner presented. They generate a great reduction of temperatures and insulation due to the green layer that absorbs the heat. And in general, most of the lost energy problems in buildings are very related with the poor roof and walls insulations, as well as glass openings. To solve this last problem, there are insulation windows that are windows that generate a barrier to the passage of the heat and cold, reducing the need of heating. Their performance depends on the number of glass layers that it has, the density, and conductivity. Finally, another important aspect to implement in green buildings is renewable energy. This is the most important. It's become essential to provide energy in the least polluting way as it possible. So the solution is not that it brings to all the people, is not at the same time a problem to the environment and the people's health. Actually, the most used energy is electrical energy, which comes from fossil fuels. It generates a great impact on the environment. But there are a lot of renewable energies that can be used, like solar energy, hydropower, geothermal energy, wind energy, biomass, and biogas energies. All of them are have a very reduction of pollution to the atmosphere, and they are very efficient in a better or lesser benefits. So in this way, it's very important to look for the elimination of the use of energy that comes from fossil fuels and started using these renewable energies that have an higher initial cost, but over time they result in cost saving.
Okay, before finishing this presentation, we are going to mention these two professionals, engineer Moises Altman and architect Liliana Altman. They designed, planned, and constructed the first sustainable building in Buenos Aires. This is an office building. It has 13 floors, and this building is capable to save until 30% of energy using solar panels. It's also capable to save until 50% of water using the closed circuit toilet that Gonzalo mentioned, and it has a green rooftop, and it also is prepared to park electric vehicles. So it's an interesting building in our country that we wanted to mention. Okay. To conclude this presentation, we can say that green buildings are relevant technologies in developing and refurbishing areas to meet the challenges of a sustainable future. The use of the different technologies that turn a building into sustainable present an opportunity for improving the present paradigm and to stop damaging the nature. At the same time, these technologies bring opportunities for long-term improvements in the environmental impact of cities and more efficient use of the resources, making cities development easier and more effective. Okay, that's all. Thank you for your attention. And okay. And I don't know if you have a question